Hey, what's going on, guys? Jaxx the Bearded Hiker here. New Orleans style barbecue shrimp is what we got cooking up today on the Kudu grill. We're going to be using the Kudu grill's plancha pan. Never used that plancha pan for these shrimp, but we're going to do that today. Now, you may be having this idea of barbecued shrimp as something entirely different than what you're going to see here today. If you're not from the Gulf Coast or Louisiana, you probably maybe you don't know what New Orleans style barbecued shrimp is, but a lot of people might think that barbecue shrimp is just kind of shrimp put on the grill, maybe throw some barbecue sauce or some other seasonings on it, but that is not what this is. Basically think we got a little bit of garlic, a little bit of butter, some onions, and some other ingredients, and we make this little sauce out of it, and then we throw our shrimp on there in the end, and it's so delicious. A place called Dickie Brennan's in New Orleans. Every time I go to New Orleans, I get this dish, but I also have been making it at home for years. I'm not gonna say it's as good as Dickie Brennan's, but it's pretty freaking close. All right, guys, I'm gonna show you guys how to put this stuff together, so let's get busy. So first thing we want to start out with was 1 whole stick of butter for this, and 1 whole onion. This is a Vidalia onion. Using my fancy made-for-TV chopper here. All right, we're gonna go ahead and saute those up. So our butter's melting down nicely. Now we're gonna go ahead with some liquid smoke, and we're gonna add 6 dashes. And next up, I'm gonna add some Worcestershire sauce. About 6 dashes of that as well. Go ahead and give that a stir about. Okay, next thing we're going in with about 1/4 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, or if you like it really spicy, you can go in with 1/2 teaspoon. Go ahead and give that a stir about. All right, so the next thing we're going in with is some of this. This is better than bouillon. You could use a bouillon cube if you want. Just make sure make sure it's dry. And we're gonna go in with about 2 teaspoons of that. Go ahead and stir that in. I also want to say, guys, you don't have to have obviously the Kudu grill or even do this outside on coals. You can do this on the stove. Done it many times. All right, so next up I would say these onions are about halfway caramelized, so now we're going to go in with our garlic. I'm just going to be quick and use this garlic press that I have here. And we're going to do 4 garlic cloves, large. All right, guys, never stop stirring. We're almost caramelized up here, these onions are. Let's go ahead and we're gonna add in 1.5 pounds of shrimp. This is Gulf shrimp, and then we left the tail on and we peeled them. Sometimes you can, or not sometimes, a lot of times people will leave them with the head on and the peels on. I don't really like that, but different strokes. But if that's your thing, go ahead and do it. All right, we're just gonna stir that in. We're just gonna saute these shrimp just for a couple of minutes. All right, guys, we only been going about a minute or two. We're gonna go ahead and add us in about 3/4 of beer. Now this is a Abita Purple Haze. It's from Louisiana. Normally I would use Abita Amber, but I didn't have it, nor did the store. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and just cook this down just for a little bit. I'll let you know how long it takes. All right, so we're just kind of slowly cooking it down, cooking it slowly now. All right, we're gonna go in with some Tony Chachere's. Now there's no set amount. I just kind of sprinkle a little bit over the top. Tony Chachere's is very salty, so be careful with your salt. Don't add too much. And let's go in with a little bit of pepper. All right, bam. All right, so we pulled it off. We're just sitting here to let it cool just a little bit. Take it immediately off the heat. And now what we're gonna do is finish it off with, boom. You see I have just a little bit of a Meyer lemon here. We're just gonna squeeze that over here. And now we are ready to serve it, baby. So we just squirted that with some lemon. I'm gonna just give it a taste real quick. We're gonna be serving this over some steak, and let's just give it a taste here. We're gonna only try one, maybe two. All right. As usual, the bomb diggity. And so normally, hang on. All right, so normally you would you might serve this not just over steak, but serve it over grits, serve it over polenta. That sauce, you take some good French bread or a baguette and just sop that gravy goodness up on your, oh, so good, guys. So I'm gonna try to give you guys a shot of me serving this over some steak, but in case I don't, then you gotta do this. New Orleans style barbecued shrimp, do it. So it's been a while. We're going to go ahead and we got this over some steak. Just gonna give you guys another shot. So if you've hung around this long, good for you. So let's go ahead and slice into this dry aged steak. If you want to see that video, this is a homemade dry aged steak actually. Go ahead and delicious. Wow. I know I keep saying it's a bomb diggity. Guys, you gotta try this recipe. Both the steak by Umai, where I dry aged it at home, these New Orleans style shrimp. So dry aged steak, New Orleans style barbecued shrimp on the Kudu grill in the plancha pan. You gotta do it.